I want to say welcome and thank you for always keeping with us and watching our videos. Yeah, so that you learn something during this lockdown, very long holiday. So we are looking at P.6 English this time around, and we're in term 2. Term 2 where we look at topics like family relationships, then occupations, nothing more. In term 2 we have only 2 topics, and that is family relationships and occupations. And like you saw on the board, under occupations there's a row to look at. There are 4 subtopics, and one of them is what you saw on the board, that is carpentry. We look at the different occupations we can think of, jobs people do, the different jobs people do. One of them is carpentry, that is a subtopic. The other one is baking. It's one of the subtopics we're going to be looking at in the topic occupations. The other one is tailoring. Tailoring, yeah, making clothes, what. That is one of the 4 subtopics we are going to look at under the topic occupations. The very last one is this one, keeping animals. Keeping animals is the 4th subtopic we are going to look at under the topic occupations. So today the teacher has come to discuss issues to do with carpentry. What are the new words you expect to be using in a carpentry workshop, or when you talk about carpentry, the job of a carpenter? First of all, I want you to master the spelling of the word carpentry. Carpentry. Master it. It's formed from carpenter. There are those 3 words I've underlined, and if you combine them, you come up with the word carpentry. Yeah, that's the easiest trick I can give you to learn how to spell the word carpentry. It is an abstract noun from carpenter, and that is the job done by a carpenter. Carpentry. So under carpentry, we look at strange words. Yes, but the good thing is, most of them, if they are nouns, the pictures are given in our dictionaries. Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary provides you with the pictures of every strange noun you see here. So open that dictionary, go to the back pages, which some dictionaries refer to as the study pages, those colored pages. You check the pages of pictures, visual vocabulary. It is called visual vocabulary. So you go to those pages of the visual vocabulary, you will discover, oh, the pictures are well shown in the dictionary. So whatever strange word you see here and is a noun, I will be labeling them. It is a noun you will find in the dictionary on that page of the visual vocabulary. In the dictionary, they use this DIY as a heading. What does DIY stand for? Do it yourself. That is, do it yourself. Meaning, if I have, let's say, a chisel, if I have nails, if I have a drill, I can do whatever I want it to do myself. That's the heading they give to those tools. DIY tools, they are called DIY tools. If I have a mallet, I can do whatever work anyone can do using a mallet by myself. So that's the meaning of DIY tools as used in the dictionary. So we have words like chisel. Let's first read through the list, then later we'll be labeling them noun, this, etc. If it is a common noun, you'll find it in the dictionary. If it is not a common noun, that's an abstract noun, you will not find it there, I swear. Okay, chisel, file, wood, saw, carpenter, carpentry, furniture, furnish, which is a verb. Yes, furnish is a verb. Furnish, then drill, tool, nails, spanner, fix, plain, sawdust, sandpaper, varnish, bench, hammer, mallet, level is a noun, yes, pliers, hacksaw, then wood glue, and finally have a chainsaw. Master the pronunciations, master the spellings. There are those that are written as 2 words, compound nouns. There are those compound nouns that are written as 1 word, sawdust, 1 word, sandpaper. So you've got to master the spellings the right way. Okay, let's look at the nouns that are talked about under the DIY tools in our dictionary. Visual Vocabulary, Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary. We have varnish, should be there. Then a bench. I'm not talking about the nouns that could be in your dictionary. This is another noun. A thick liquid used to or smeared on furniture to make it look shiny. Hammer, you must find a hammer there, obviously. A mallet must also be there. It's a noun. The level should be there. Then the pliers must also be there. The hacksaw must be there. Wood glue is a noun, but I'm not sure it is in your dictionary. Then a meaning on the in the study pages, the visual vocabulary, not sure. Wood glue is liquid that is used to join different parts, different pieces of wood together. That's wood glue. Thick white liquid. We have a chainsaw that should be there. It's a noun as well. Got a drill used to make holes in wood or metal is there. We have electric drills and manual drills. They are those you operate using your hands. They are the manual ones I'm talking about. Then electric ones use electricity. We have the word tool, it's a noun. But tool refers to almost everything you see here which is used for a long time by the carpenter. Next we see nails, which are under materials. They should be there. They are nouns. Then spanner, a noun. Fix is a verb. Let me indicate it here. To fix something is to put it right. Next is plane. The plane, that tool used to smooth wood or used for smoothing wood, must be among the DIY tools under the visual vocabulary list. Sawdust is a noun, but not a tool. That's why I'm saying it may not be there. Then sandpaper should be there. Very rough paper used for smoothing wood is sandpaper. Sandpaper is written as 1 word. I repeat, sandpaper is written as 1 word. Do not forget that. Next, we see a chisel here. It's a noun, should be there in the list of vocabulary, visual vocabulary. Then the file, being a noun, should be there. This file is different from the box file where we keep our papers. This file you're talking about is a tool used by carpenters. Yes, don't think of the box file or the these tiny files we use for spring files. No, a file is a different item you're talking about here. You see it under the visual vocabulary in your dictionary. Wood, yes, that's a kind of timber. So, a saw, there are different kinds of saws, and all saws are used for cutting. Depending on what you want to cut, you will need a specific kind of saw. Yes, so saws are used for cutting. Saws must be also in the list of visual vocabulary. Vocabulary you read and see. Carpenter. A carpenter is a noun, but this time a carpenter is a person. So we cannot show you a carpenter. I don't say there's a carpenter under a visual vocabulary. Then carpentry is a noun, but this time not a common noun, but an abstract noun. The job or the occupation of making furniture out of wood is carpentry. Furniture is a noun, yes, but It's an uncountable noun. Furniture is uncountable. All movable items that can be used in a house to make it easy for you to live in are known as furniture. Uncountable noun. You can't say, I have 1, 2, 3 furniture. No. If you want to use numbers with furniture, better add another number, that is 2 pieces of furniture. That is understandable. So like work. Work is uncountable, but when I want to make it countable, I can add that noun, piece, because you can count a piece, but you cannot count work. So you can say, the teacher has given us 3 pieces of work today. This piece, the other piece, and the other one. But you cannot count work. So similarly with furniture, we cannot count furniture. That's why we don't use furniture with numbers, uncountable. So I cannot ask you to give me the plural form of furniture. Usually, we don't have plural forms of uncountable nouns. So any question that requires you to write the plural form of furniture must be strange to me. I can't guess the plural form of an uncountable noun. Furnish is the next word, should be the last one among the ones I'm talking about. To furnish is to put furniture in a room, and that is a verb. Furnish is a verb. Look up the meanings of the above words in a dictionary and, yes, learn more about them. When you go to the dictionary, they will show you the words and the pictures and possibly the plural forms, and you learn more. Then I've told you, don't forget to look up these words under the DIY category in the dictionary. We have an activity concerning this discussion we've had about the new words, and that activity is on page 24 of our workbook. Page 24 of our workbook has an activity. But before we go straight to the activity, you need to master the meanings as given in our workbook on page 23 and 24. Learn the meanings and how you can use those words in sentences to construct meaningful sentences. After that, you're now free to go to the activity. Yes, where instructions are given clearly, you try out that activity to see if carpentry will be an easy subtopic for you. Success, as you do those 8 plus 7, you get 15 questions. Here, 15 questions. So at this time, allow me to take you to the next, should I say, kind of lesson. Maybe it's a bit different from this, and that is a structure. Here we have been discussing the vocabulary. Now we're on the part of structure. Which structure is this? What is dash used before? I repeat. What is dash used before? That is the structure we are looking at today. We have an example, only one, here on the board. Then when you turn to your workbook, you'll see 2 examples. I've written one because I know the rest are in your workbook. Yes. The example we have is, what is a plane used before? After looking at the meaning of plane, you'll see the definition, the use of a plane inside its definition in the dictionary. That's why I recommend using a dictionary during this lockdown. It will not leave you the same. You use it to learn more. The teacher says this in every lesson of his. Refer to the dictionary. So what is a plane used before? When you go and look up the word plane, you'll discover a plane is used for smoothing wood. Not the other word you're thinking about. The word I'm using is this. A plane is used for smoothing wood. So we say a plane, let's answer. A plane is used for smoothing. Sorry, smoothing is therefore is used for smoothing wood. Teacher, what about sandpaper? Sandpaper does the same thing. Smoothing wood. One can say smoothing furniture. Very correct. Yes, depending on what you see in your dictionary. We have another activity connected to that, and that is on page 24. Page 24 presents you with an activity concerning or about the structure, what is dash used for? What are the instructions, teacher? The instructions are write the correct answers for the following questions. Meaning, you're going to form questions from the given words. Here we gave you only words. You look at a word. For example, I see number 1 as a plane. A plane is used for smoothing wood. Simple. Wood glue. Wood glue is used for joining pieces of furniture together. Simple as that. So you're going to use construct a sentence, a question, then an answer using the word file, varnish, a clamp, nails, a hammer, a mallet, a square. Did you know we have a square as a tool used by carpenters? It's there. And finally, a spanner. We have another activity there, not an activity. Structure pattern. First, next, then. We will do this when we are together at school. Yes, there's some other stuff to chat with the teacher concerning this structure. So we will do that when we are together at school. Let's now look at the different verb forms. Yes, when you're constructing sentences, there are verb forms you're supposed to use, and how do those verbs change from one form to another. Complete the table below, that's on page 26, by filling in the missing forms of the verb given. You're given a verb, then you're going to complete that table. Yes, using the correct form of the verb given. The verbs, like in the first column, we have given you the verbs that are in infinitive form. Next, you change them and use them in the, should I call it the everyday tense? Yes, what some children were taught as the everyday tense. For example, we have the first word as smooth, then it changes to smoothies, that is everyday tense. Then the ing form, which is what we call the present participle. When we have P6, we call it the present participle. The present participle is the ing form of a verb. Whenever the teacher talks about the present participle, he's meaning ing. So we have the present participle, smooth, smoothies, smoothing, smoothing, ing, smoothing, that is smoothing. And lastly, smoothed. The carpenter has smoothed all the furniture. I repeat, the carpenter has smoothed all the furniture. So we have other verbs. You use them to complete the table. Refer to the dictionary where necessary. The dictionary gives you irregular verbs, a full list of irregular verbs. But the verbs I see here, I swear, most of them are irregular verbs, meaning the past tense and the past participle end in ed. There's only one which may not, maybe two, which may not be in that category. We have the word fell. Fell is a regular verb. Fell, which means to cut down a tree. That is a regular verb. The only one I see that does belong to the list of regular verbs as indicated is drive, the second last word, drive, which changes to drives, driving, and driven. Next, I see cut, cuts, cutting, double T, and cut. Yes, cut as the past tense. So, complete that list, that table rather, and after that you form the proforms of the following words as given to you. That's our question 2 in that list of questions. Frame, we have wood, then carpenter. After carpenter we see screwdriver. We want the proforms of those words and others as given there. The proform of furniture as shown here doesn't exist because furniture is an uncountable noun. Uncountable nouns like sand have no proforms. Draw the following tools. Draw the following tools. Where to get the tools? I've told you DIY tools are given in the dictionary. Go to the pages of the visual vocabulary. You'll discover all the tools are given there. Which rules are we supposed to draw? We are supposed to draw nails, a mallet, a handsaw, a spanner, and finally a drill. Yes, you should know what they look like. So let me teach you something about the use of besides. The use of besides, which means in addition to or apart from. That is besides. How do you use besides? Within a sentence or at the beginning. Pay attention. This is the time. Using besides. We are saying we use besides as underlined here to mean apart from. We use besides to mean apart from. Teacher, on which page are we? We are on page 27 of the workbook. Page 27. So you're saying you use besides to mean apart from or in addition to. Let's look at the two examples we have here before I tell you to do an activity on page 27. Chinene bought new benches. He also borrowed some benches. Yes, I didn't want to repeat the word benches because I already mentioned it in the previous sentence. So we are saying Chinene brought, not bought. Chinene brought new benches. He also borrowed some. Begin besides. Besides bringing. Because we have brought, change it back to the id form. Besides bringing new benches, Chinene borrowed some. My answer is wrong. Why? I didn't punctuate it with a comma after the first clause. Besides bringing new benches, Chinene borrowed some. Next, how do we use besides within the sentence? We'll see besides borrowing some benches. No, not. Chinene borrowed some benches besides bringing new ones. I repeat, Chinene borrowed some benches besides bringing new ones. That's the way we go constructing sentences using besides within the sentence itself. Question 2, which is the carpenter bought a drill, he also bought a saw. The carpenter bought a drill, he also bought a saw. Begin besides a drill, the carpenter bought a saw. I repeat, besides a drill, we have a comma. The carpenter bought a saw. And lastly, the carpenter bought a saw besides a drill. The carpenter bought a saw besides a drill. Page 27 is where you'll find an activity about the use of besides. Services, as you do those, are they very many? No. They are only 5 plus 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there are 10 questions. 10 questions. So let's look at the use of though. Yes, if you learned about using although, then though is not different from that. What the teacher taught you about the use of although is exactly the same knowledge you're going to use to get the answers to these questions about using though. Examples, we have one as the carpenter has good timber, but he does not make good tables. I repeat, the carpenter has good timber, but he does not make good tables. Begin though. We say our answers. Though the carpenter has good timber, he does not make good tables. Though the carpenter has good timber, he does not make good tables. What happens? Just like besides, or like although, when though comes at the beginning, our answer must have a comma before we bring in the second clause. When though comes at the beginning of a sentence, punctuate your sentence with a comma before you bring in the last clause or the second clause. Lastly, the carpenter does not make good tables, though he has good timber. The carpenter does make good tables, though he has good timber. So, those are the two examples I had to discuss with you. This should be enough because this should not be the first time we've heard about these contrasts and how to join them using those conjunctions. If you learned about although, even though, this is not different from what the teacher taught you about the use of those conjunctions. Though is like a sister conjunction to although and even though. In future, the teacher will also give you some more, bigger conjunctions than this I can say. So, after that, we see something to do with the present simple. We want this be for our next lesson. It should be for our next lesson. Let's first pause here. And I want to say goodbye and thank you for watching. In the next lesson, that's when we'll discuss stuff to do with the present, present simple. It should be the present simple. And how we can change verbs to different forms in the same tense, the present simple. Thanks for watching. I wish you a blessed day. Goodbye.